Hello everyone, Carlos Flores back on basics. Before we begin this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that way you can get notifications when new videos come on board. Remember, I've been doing one video per day, so that way you have, I think we're getting to having close to 80 videos altogether, and that's not counting the shorts. So 80 videos on different topics. Remember, we've talked about different things like transformational leadership. We've talked about knowing yourself. We talked about how I grew up loving to read and loving the classical novels. And my passion for education, the things that my grandfather has said to me that actually stuck and I actually use in everyday life. And so today's topic is about something from when you read a book, right? Whenever you read a book, a lot of the times as the plot builds, then you start figuring out that there's two kind of like a main characters. They're not identical. They're not the same, but they feed off of each other. So one of them is the protagonist and the other one is the antagonist. And so my question to you is, in your life and those around you, are you a protagonist or are you an antagonist? And so because of this, then we have to go back and kind of define both of the characters, right? So the first one is a protagonist. That's kind of like a main character that's going through ups and downs, searching for something or trying to get to a goal. We follow this character from the beginning to the end. And so in a book, so for example, in Romeo and Juliet, Romeo is actually the protagonist because he's the one who goes from, just searching for things, being who he is, as a Capulet, and then meeting Juliet and going through the struggles, going through the secrecy, and then there's a climax that goes up, and because you don't know what's going to happen to them, and then at the end, and I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but something happens that it shouldn't have happened. But it was kind of like a quick thinking kind of decision. And so read the book, watch the movie. It's really interesting. That's one of my favorite books. And so a protagonist is somebody that goes through a journey, that tries to do things, that looks at aspects from all different directions. And so a protagonist is kind of like us. It's our lives. You have to think of it that way because you are a protagonist to your life. You're the main character. So what are you going to do as the main character? Are you going to do nothing and just let life be? Are you going to connect with other people, other like-minded people that will be able to become your support system so that way you can get to your goals and dreams? Or are you going to say, okay, well, I'll just let fate take care of it, and whatever fate deals to me, then that will be it. And so again, it's very important for you to think about the mind-body balance, right? Mind-body balance. It's very important because whether you're a protagonist or you're an antagonist, which I will go over the definition right now, you have to make sure that you're doing the right things to get to where you want to go, to get to your goals, right? to get the proper support system around you, so that way you keep on moving forward on your goals. And so, as a protagonist, a lot of the times what we need to do is we need to be in the here and now. I've talked about this in the last 3-4 videos. You have to be mindful that you're in the moment, you're in the present. Because if you're not, then you're thinking ahead, or you're thinking about what's going to happen ahead. And what happens is your mind says, well, you thought about it. We saw the different options, and this is the option that you think is most logical. We don't want to do the journey anymore. Or you can do the other way around, where your mind is telling you, hey, this is going to take a long time. This is going to be kind of hard. We shouldn't do this anymore. There shouldn't be any journey. We should just stay put. And so, as a main character in your life, you have to take advantage of the people, not advantage, but you have to have a support system around you that will tell you, this is what you need to do. These are the things that will help you get to where you want to get to. And so a protagonist has people that are always following them to do that. Well, going back to Romeo and Juliet. Romeo, right? Who does he have? He has Mercutio. He has, at times he has Count Paris, because Count Paris is the person, kind of like the law, that puts them back to where they should be. And so, and at the same time, he has Juliet as a motivation. Our goal is to be together with Juliet, hence Romeo and Juliet, right? So now let's talk about the antagonist. The antagonist is somebody that kind of slows down other people's success, kind of takes away the spotlight if they can, and anything they can do to slow somebody's reaching their goals. So an antagonist, right? Again, going back to Romeo and Juliet, the antagonist that I can see happening is Tybalt. Tybalt is the one that's always trying to pick a fight with Romeo. Then he tries to pick a fight with Mercutio, and eventually Tybalt kills Mercutio. Again, I don't want to give away the story. If you haven't seen it, watch the movie. If you haven't read the book, read the book, because it has so much detail that you can use. So an antagonist, a lot of the times, go against the flow. They actually try to stop the flow of somebody or a group of people, so that way they can feel good about themselves. It's kind of like the bad guy. It's the one that schemes on how to do things the wrong way. Or sometimes they just don't understand what's going on, and they're just going again with the flow. So, my recommendation is for you not to be an antagonist, because in order for you to get to where you want to get to, in order for you to have that mind-body balance, you need to be a protagonist. You need to be in the here and now and say, okay, this is right now. This is the 24th of December, 11:28. This is what I need to do. So before I started this video, I said, this is what I need to do. It's already 11 o'clock. I want to do a video so that way I can talk about a topic, right? And the topic today is, are you a protagonist or are you an antagonist? And so, again, surround yourself with other people. Talk to other people. Have these people in kind of like your boardroom or your support system. Have these people that are willing to tell you the truth, are willing to take what they see and observe, what they hear, and then give you sound advice. Because the more of a support system that you have, the more people helping you, no matter if it's one person or if it's 1,000,000 people, what happens is people are at a higher advantage to getting to their goals and dreams. So again, a lot of the times these journeys, which remember what I said, it's not a race, but it's a marathon. And a lot of the times, these marathons, you don't do things on your own because there's others that are willing to help you out. There's others that are willing to give you their wisdom. There's others that are willing to tell you their story so that way you can see what you can do in lieu of what you were thinking of doing before. So again, right, there's always going to be a protagonist and an antagonist. You just have to decide which one you want to be. Are you going to be the one that's going to be pushing forward, and even if you fall looking forward, so that way you don't move your sight away from your dreams and your goals? Or you're going to be an antagonist that's not going to be doing anything. You're either living in the past and regretting everything that you did, or you're living in the future thinking of what you could be doing down the line. So my recommendation is be a protagonist. Be here and now. Be mindful. Be very, very, very focused on your goals and dreams. So that way you'll be able to be successful. So again, my topic today is one of those that help people out in order for you to focus, in order for you to look at everything around you to support you, in order for you to obtain or request to get a support system, in order for you to be the best you that you can be. By, again, remember, life is not a race, it's a marathon. Sometimes you're not going to be running your fastest, and you're still going to get to your goals and dreams. But you need support. You need people around you. You need to do some research, or you need to educate yourself on how to be the best you. So, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button for any new videos that are coming up. Again, I'm doing videos every day, so there should be one at least every day. Hit the like button if you like this video. If you want to hear more specifics about this topic or other topics, put it down in the comment section. And so make sure that you're making a decision to be a protagonist, right? You don't want to be an antagonist. So for me, at 11:33 p.m. Pacific time, I chose to be a protagonist. So until next time, Back on Basics.